name is Veronica Nkechi Eze.
Charles Abana.
My name is Professor Martins Emeje.
Professor Sylvester Odion Akaine.
Keep
watching SOUQ
News TV.
The best news channel online.
It's elevating, it's enlightening, it's educating.
Muhammad Ali found his root in Africa. Rumble in the jungle. I swear the king is humble. Jesse Jackson, O.J. Simpson, this is black history. Andrew Young visit Africa in the late 60s. Legend, Bob Marley make the life different. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X are big names. They fought for black Americans in the old days. We need the same revolution in our own ways. Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Mr. Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre and Eddie Murphy. American prosperity ain't complete with African poverty. It's legendary Idris Abdul Karim, and you are on to SOUQ News. You don't touch that dial.
In the heart of sub-Saharan Africa, where commerce meets progress, welcome to SOUQ News, your source for business, economy, and development insight that drive nations forward. From the vibrant streets of Lagos, Africa's fastest economic hub, SOUQ News takes you on a journey of discovery, analyzing and reporting the facts that lay the foundation for growth and development. We don't just report the news, we create it. SOUQ News is more than a channel. It is a catalyst for change, spotlighting the stories that shape economies, inspire entrepreneurs, and fuel progress. Covering business, finance, technology, energy, and many more, SOUQ News provides a daily deep dive into the stories that matter, interviews with industry titans, and analysis that empowers your understanding of economic landscape. Join us daily as we dissect, discuss, and deliver the most relevant and factual news on business and the economy. SOUQ News is your trusted guide, empowering you with the knowledge to make informed decisions. The Three Wise Men. Iconic sculptures and statues adorn major metropolitan cities of the world. In Lagos, Nigeria, the statue of three men designed to depict the state's cultural heritage and to usher in visitors and tourists into the ever-accommodating center of excellence is no doubt an astounding work of art. Originally built under the administration of Colonel Raji Rasaki, designed by Bodu Shodende in 1991 and standing over 12 feet high, referred to as Agba Meta or Aro Meta, the three sculptured chiefs were placed along the Lagos-Ibadan toll gate to welcome people coming into Lagos State. The statue called the Three Wise Men by many has become a major signature for the state. Three white-capped chiefs clad in white wrappers, knotted across their shoulders and with clenched right fists are shown in the artwork. The images fascinate and create impressions in the minds of visitors coming into the state, captivating the attention of visitors who look with keen interest, pondering on the messages which the posture of the engraved images signifies. The Three Wise Men has been relocated thrice from its original position at Ojodu Berger end of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway to Magodo area before its final relocation to its present site at Olowopopo Drive. The sculpture has suffered severe damages over the years and renovated. Bodu Shodende, through this sculpture, depicted the highest honor that can be afforded to anyone in the eco-greeting tradition. The Three Wise Men, Arometa, SOUQ Enlightenment. We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas Touch and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job. Lateef Jakande. Born Lateef Kayode Jakande in the Ekpetedo area of Lagos Island, Lagos State on July 1929. He studied at the Lagos Public School at Enowa, Lagos Island, then at Bonham Memorial Methodist School, Port Harcourt, King's College, enrolled at Ilesha Grammar School, where he edited a literary paper called The Quarterly Mirror. Jakande began a career in journalism in 1949 with a daily service and joined the Nigerian Tribune in 1953. The owner, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, appointed Jakande editor-in-chief of the Tribune in 1956. Jakande established John West Publications in 1975 after leaving Tribune and began to publish the Lagos News. He served as the first president of the Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria, NPAN. Jakande ran for election as executive governor of Lagos State in 1970. On the Unity Party of Nigeria platform, his administration was effective and open.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on SOUQ News. Here are the headlines. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you join us on News Hour, where we take you on a journey around the business and developmental news from Nigeria and across the globe. I am Juvi Ofiene. We'll begin from Nigeria. The Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, CPPE, has praised the Central Bank of Nigeria for its strategic timeline for bank recapitalization, ensuring minimal disruption in the financial system. Dr. Muda Yusuf, Chief Executive Officer of CPPE, commended the CBN's 24-month timeline, emphasizing that it would prevent shocks and dislocations while facilitating a smooth transition. Maintaining differential capital requirements for banks, including international, national, and regional categorizations, ensures inclusion and reduces the risk of banking dominance by a few big banks. Yusuf stressed the importance of safeguarding depositors' funds and core space for small businesses and cautioned against anti-competitive practices in the banking sector due to recapitalization policy. Nigeria authorities have unveiled a positive shift in the energy sector, setting new base gas prices for power and commercial users. The Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority announced the 2024 base prices, aiming to foster a robust market environment. Wholesale gas purchases for power companies will now stand at $2.42 per million British thermal units, while commercial users will benefit from a rate of $2.92 MMBTU. These decisions, supported by the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA) of 2021, reflects a commitment to market-based pricing, ensuring transparency and efficacy. Additionally, the NMDPRA has established floor and ceiling prices for gas-based industries, further promoting economic stability. While the adjustment may influence electricity tariffs, it signals a proactive approach towards sustainable energy management and economic growth. Move. Calm down now. The state government registers 4,000 expectant mothers in a healthcare insurance program. The Ebonyi State Health Insurance Agency announced a successful enrollment drive, registering approximately 4,000 pregnant women across all 13 local government areas in the state. This achievement aligns with Governor Francis Ogbonna Onwifero's directive to expand healthcare access. Executive Secretary Chief Divine Okemefuna Igwe, during a press briefing, assured the public of EHSA's commitment to quality service delivery. They outlined plans to expand the healthcare provider network, specifically motioning improved access to antenatal care services for pregnant women. Igwe emphasized the agency's focus on efficacy and user-friendliness. They have implemented a digital platform for enrollment, claims processing, and member communication. This aims to streamline operations and make it easier for beneficiaries to access and utilize their health insurance benefits. The Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, has called for fair regulatory framework to protect both manufacturers and consumers following a social media incident involving Erisco Foods. MAN's Director General Ajayi Kadri emphasized the importance of holding consumers accountable for spreading false information about local products. He commended the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency and the Standards Organization of Nigeria for exonerating Erisco Foods after thorough investigations. He highlighted the challenging business environment in Nigeria and urged for increased consumer patronage of domestic goods. The incident involved a dissatisfied customer's criticism of Erisco tomato mix, which led to legal actions between Erisco Foods and the customer. The case prompted scrutiny of the product's registration by the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC. Nigerians voiced concerns on social media regarding the ongoing dispute. The Nigerian government has announced an 11% increase in the wholesale price of gas supply to power plants, rising from $2.18 per million British thermal units to $2.42 per million British thermal units. This decision follows a period of reduced supply by gas companies to power plants since January, stemming from outstanding invoices totaling over $1.2 billion. To address the situation, the government intervened by disbursing $120 million to the companies last month amidst a challenging power supply nationwide. In a notice issued by the Chief Executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Engineer Farouk Ahmed, the commercial wholesale gas price was also raised to $2.92 per million British thermal units. The authority invoked powers granted by the Petroleum Industry Act 2021 to establish domestic base prices and applicable wholesale prices for natural gas in strategic sectors, ensuring a balance between domestic market demand and international benchmarks. The National Bureau of Statistics says, despite ongoing challenges in the power sector, the Nigerian Electricity Distribution Company has experienced a significant revenue surge, reaching 1.1 trillion naira in 2023, a 28.2% increase from the previous year. This growth occurred despite frequent grid collapses totaling 46 incidents from 2017 to 2023. Notably, companies like Ikeja, Eko, and Abuja Electricity Distribution Companies led the revenue increase. The boost in revenue collection efficiency was partly due to increased billing, especially through estimated billing systems, which also attracted more customers. However, there is a slight decrease in customers underestimated billing, coinciding with a 9.38% rise in metered connections. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, the news continues.
My name is Yinka Babalola.
My name is Ijoma Pelokoro.
My name is Joshua Hassan.
I am Rotarian or Mosunde Lawson.
It's Ife Yunwarita Ejeze. My friends call me Ife.
My name is Rotarian Lola Dare.
I'm inviting you to keep watching SOUQ News. It's the right station to tune to.
I like SOUQ News. SOUQ News is good.
I want to charge you all to listen to SOUQ News, watch the news.
You can have unlimited news, first time.
Find SOUQ News. Be with SOUQ News. Never switch off. You are better for it. SOUQ News is the real thing.
Listen to their coverage and you'll be glad you did.
Turn to your YouTube, turn to your Instagram, turn to all your digital channels and look for SOUQ News.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Please, guys, keep watching
SOUQ News.
Idumota Market. Eko Idumota, once a residential neighborhood, is home to Idumota Market, located on Lagos Island. It is one of the oldest and arguably one of the largest markets in West Africa. Idumota is a historic neighborhood adjacent to the Lagos port that facilitated the slave trade, and later, under the British indirect rule, it surrounded to exports that fueled the colonial enterprise. Idumota was also the location of an armed forces remembrance cenotaph called Soja Idumota, built as a monument to Nigerian soldiers who served with the West African Frontier Force. An Eyo Masquerade statue and a clock tower are also some monuments at Idumota. Idumota Market is so popular that large sales are recorded as early as 7 a.m. The market is made up of hundreds of locked-up shops occupying several multi-story buildings, with some measuring about 5 or more floors. In 2010, the Lagos State government demolished some illegal structures in order to improve vehicular and human movement in and around the markets. During weekdays, the neighborhood of Idumota is densely populated by shoppers, traders, and bus passengers. From the Carter Bridge ascending into Lagos Island, passengers can see the neighborhood before disembarking at their final destination. Idumota Market accommodates the substantial inflow of imported goods. The bulk of import from abroad are routed first through Idumota and then on to other markets through Nigeria and other West and Central African countries. The energy of private Idumota traders and wholesalers facilitate this activity, where millions of US dollars worth of wholesale is exchanged daily. Idumota Market, SOUQ Enlightenment.
Broad Street. Broad Street, situated in Lagos Island, is steeped in Nigerian history. Once the biggest financial hub of the country, it housed the headquarters of major banks, linked to CBN, the stock exchange, and the loads of lender companies. Broad Street is a historically significant street. It has played a central role in the development of Lagos and history, an important commercial and administrative center for the British colonial authorities. It was also a home to some of the city's earliest modern buildings. Broad Street was a residential area in the pre-colonial era. With the British came the Methodist Boys High School in 1878 and the Broad Street Prison in 1882, renamed Freedom Park. The General Hospital, which was a British military hospital, was built in 1893, being the first general hospital in Nigeria. The old British Secretariat building, which is now the Federal Ministry of Justice, was built in 1906. Broad Street has seen a full turn into modern commercial office blocks, complexes, skyscrapers, and markets from the Outer Marina through Akpombo early into the Adeniji Adele Road. Broad Street is one of the busiest streets in Nigeria on weekdays, where commercial activities take place day and night. From modern buildings to ancient structures, this street gives one a raw dose of life in Lagos. Broad Street is often referred to as Lagos Financial District. It boasts a mix of architectural styles, reflecting its long history, colonial-era buildings, Victorian and Edwardian architectural features, alongside more modern skyscrapers and structures. Broad Street remains a vital, vibrant part of the Nigerian economy. Broad Street. SOUQ Enlightenment.
My name is Yinka Babalola.
My name is Ijoma Pelokoro.
My name is Joshua Hassan.
I am Rotarian or Mosunde Lawson.
It's Ife Rita Ejezie. My friends call me Ife.
My name is Rotarian Dare.
I'm inviting you to keep watching SOUQ News. It's the right station to tune to.
I like SOUQ News. SOUQ News is good.
I want to charge you all to listen to SOUQ News, watch the news.
You can have unlimited news first time.
Find SOUQ News. Be with SOUQ News. Never switch off. You are better for it. SOUQ News is the real thing.
Listen to their coverage and you'll be glad you did.
Turn to your YouTube, turn to your Instagram, turn to all your digital channels and look for SOUQ News.
Keep watching.
Keep watching
Please, guys, keep watching.
SOUQ News.
Welcome back. In its audited financial report for 2023, FTN cocoa processor across the country has disclosed a foreign exchange loss of 10.17 billion naira, coupled with zero revenue for the year. Published by the Nigerian Foreign Exchange, the company reported a loss after tax of 10.65 billion naira, attributed primarily to the forex losses and finance costs. Operating expense rose significantly from 124.74 million naira in 2022 to 486.30 million naira, marking a 289.3% increase, while revenue reduced by 100%. Despite an increase in losses, the loss per share decreased from 11.06 kobo in 2022 to 2.73 kobo in 2023. This downturn in performance is emblematic of broader challenges within the industry, exacerbated by the Central Bank of Nigeria's decision to consolidate foreign exchange rates, leading to a significant depreciation of the naira. FTN Cocoa, facing mounting losses and substantial debt, issued an 18-year bond worth JPY 500 million through Daewoo Securities at a yield of 4.375%, maturing in 2026 as it grapples with the prospect of bankruptcy amidst industry-wide setbacks. And away from Nigeria, in a recent uptake, the World Bank has lauded Nigeria's strides in Identity for National Deployment ID4D program, overseen by the Nigerian Identity Management Commission, NAMC, with the ambitious target of providing national identification numbers to 148 million Nigerians by June 2024. The nation has already accomplished over 70% of this goal, issuing more than 104 million NINs by December 2023. The World Bank highlighted key advancements, including the adoption of upgraded enrollment software and robust security measures such as two-factor authentication, resulting in a significant boost in female and child enrollment. Despite recent concerns over data security, the report underscores ongoing efforts to boost the national identity management system with improved software and protocols, emphasizing the project's aim to establish a comprehensive and accessible ID system for all Nigerians. And away from Nigeria to Mali, Malian political parties are demanding a clear timeline for presidential elections after the junta failed to meet its promised 24-month transition to democracy. Since August 2020, Mali has been under military rule, part of a wave of coup across West and Central Africa. Despite regional mediation efforts, interim governments have been slow to act. The current junta seizing power in second 2021 coup initially aimed for civilian rule within 24 months from March 2022, with elections planned for February. However, after passing a new electoral law in June 2022, the postponed elections, citing technical issues, sparking outrage. Major parties and civil society groups issued a joint statement urging prompt action to establish an electoral framework. How the country is a key cocoa producer and has seen its farmers adjust their prices to align with the global market realities, while the government and the Coffee and Cocoa Council (CCC) have not provided further comments on the price hike. President Felix Tshisekedi of Democratic Republic of Congo has appointed the country's first ever female prime minister, Judith Suminwa, ending weeks of uncertainty. Suminwa's appointment follows Tshisekedi's inauguration for a second term in January, which initiated a prolonged search for a majority coalition in the National Assembly, a prerequisite for appointing a prime minister and forming a government. Expressing a commitment to the nation's peace and development on national television, Suminwa acknowledged the weight of her new responsibility. However, the government faces a myriad of challenges, including escalating conflicts and humanitarian crises in eastern regions, as well as the management of Congo's abundant mineral wealth. Despite promises in the first term to combat corruption, revitalize the economy, address inequalities, and tackle insecurity in the East, critics argue that Tshisekedi fell short of all fronts. The World Bank has announced its approval of a $750 million loan to Colombia aimed at enhancing the country's resilience to climate change by supporting renewable energy initiatives and reducing carbon emissions. According to the bank, the loan will facilitate the development of solar and offshore wind energy as well as green hydrogen projects, while also strengthening electric urban transport and multimodal transport systems, emphasizing the importance of Colombia's 6.6% boost job creation, including incentivizing firms, regulatory streamlining, and promoting international trade. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, news continues. Welcome back. Singapore court convicts first defendant in $2.2 billion money laundering case. Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. Ever money laundering case with over $2.2 billion in assets seized or frozen. Defender Su Won-jang, a Cambodian national, confessed to 11 counts of money laundering and profiting from illegal remote gambling activities. According to the report, he was sentenced to 13 months in prison. Su's case is part of a high-profile investigation involving 10 foreigners with multiple citizenship arrested in Singapore last August. The raids gained widespread attention locally, with authorities seizing $739.37 million worth of luxury assets, including properties, cars, gold bars, and jewelry, as police suspended the suspect of laundering proceeds from overseas organized crime, including scams and online gambling. Kazakhstan's crude oil production in March reached 1.570 million barrels per day, marking a 0.4% increase from February and exceeding the OPEC Plus quota of 1.468 million barrels per day for first quarter of 2024. Despite the rise, the Energy Ministry has yet to comment on the matter. Additionally, production of crude oil and gas condensate not subject to the OPEC Plus agreement rose by 0.5% to 1.84 million barrels per day in March. These figures suggest Kazakhstan's continued prominence in global oil market, potentially impacting supply dynamics amid ongoing OPEC Plus efforts to stabilize prices. Japan's Industry Ministry has announced its approval of subsidies totaling up to $3.9 billion for chip foundry venture Rapidus as part of Tokyo's effort to revitalize the country's chip manufacturing sector. This approval supplements the previous agreement of subsidies amounting to approximately $2.2 billion for Rapidus. Notably, the newly approved aid includes $353 million designated for advanced packaging, crucial for enhancing chip performance. Rapidus, led by industry veterans, aims to commence mass production of state-of-the-art chips in Hokkaido by 2027 in collaboration with IBM and Belgium. India's shares experienced a slight decline on Tuesday, with IT stock weakening due to concerns over potential delay in interest rate cuts following upbeat U.S. data, while financial services also saw a dip after recent gains. Despite reaching record highs the previous day, propelled by the strong industrial data from China, the benchmark faced pressure. Sani Agraver, head of fundamental equity research at SOUQ Securities, noted that domestic equities are likely to consolidate in the near term until the next earnings session begins of fresh impetus. The Nifty highest weight sub-index financial services dropped by 0.31% after a three-day rally fueled by the Reserve Bank of India's easing of provision norms for investment in alternative investment funds. Additionally, U.S. rate-sensitive IT stock declined by 0.5% as manufacturing data suggested strength in the U.S. economy, potentially delaying rate cuts by the Federal Reserve. Market expectations currently indicate a 62.1% likelihood of a 25 basis points rate cut in June. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration's proposal to ban menthol-flavored cigarettes has encountered another setback as White House officials missed yet another deadline to issue a final rule on the ban, according to anti-tobacco advocates. Menthol cigarettes, constituting a third of the industry's market share in the U.S., have been criticized for their appeal to young smokers and their significant health impact, particularly in black communities where they are heavily marketed. Despite the FDA's 2022 proposal and calls from health groups, the Biden administration delayed issuing a final rule in December and has now missed the new deadline set for March 2024. Civil rights groups argue that menthol cigarettes pose a disproportionately higher risk to black communities. States like Massachusetts and California have previously banned all flavored tobacco products, while U.S.-focused tobacco companies, including Aria and British American Tobacco, face uncertainty surrounding the potential menthol ban. Despite appeals from over 100 organizations urging Biden not to delay the ban further, disappointment looms as the administration misses yet another decline. UBS revealed on Tuesday its plan to initiate a new share buyback program totaling up to $2 billion, with half of its repurchases anticipated to be completed this year. The Swiss bank disclosed that the program will kick off on Wednesday, April the 3rd. This move comes on the heels of its 2022 buyback, where USB repurchased 298.5 million shares, equivalent to 8.6% of its stock, for $5.2 billion. Notably, instead of being cancelled, most of the repurchased shares were utilized in last year's acquisition of Credit Suisse. Prior to the announcement of the deal, UBS had already repurchased nearly 1.2 billion Swiss francs worth of its stock. UBS stated, as previously communicated in 2024, we expect to repurchase up to $1 billion of our shares, commencing after the completion of the merger of UBS AG and Credit Suisse AG, which is expected to occur by the end of the second quarter. The bank also expressed its ambition for share repurchases to surpass its pre-acquisition level by 2026. And lastly, in response to ongoing antitrust investigation, tech giant Microsoft has announced its decision to sell its popular chat and video app Teams separately from its Office product worldwide. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll conclude the news. Do stay with us.
My name is Yinka Babalola.
My name is Ijoma Pelokoro.
My name is Joshua Hassan.
I am Rotarian or Mosunde Lawson.
It's Ife Rita Ejeze. My friends call me Ife.
My name is Rosemary.
I'm inviting you to keep watching SOUQ News. It's the right station to tune to.
I like SOUQ News. SOUQ News is good.
I want to charge you all to listen to SOUQ News, watch the news.
You can have unlimited news, first time.
Find SOUQ News. Be with SOUQ News. Never switch off. You are better for it. SOUQ News is the real thing.
Listen to their coverage and you'll be glad you did.
Turn to your YouTube, turn to your Instagram, turn to all your digital channels and look for SOUQ News.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Please, guys, keep watching
SOUQ News.
Idumota Market. Eko Idumota, once a residential neighborhood, is home to Idumota Market located on Lagos Island. It is one of the oldest and arguably one of the largest markets in West Africa. Idumota is a historic neighborhood adjacent to the Lagos port that facilitated the slave trade, and later under the British indirect rule, it surrounded to exports that fueled the colonial enterprise. Idumota was also the location of an Armed Forces Remembrance Cenotaph called Soja Idumota, built as a monument to Nigerian soldiers who served with the West African Frontier Force. An Eyo Masquerade statue and a clock tower are also some monuments at Idumota. Idumota Market is so popular that large sales are recorded as early as 7 a.m. The market is made up of hundreds of locked-up shops occupying several multi-story buildings, with some measuring about 5 or more floors. In 2010, the Lagos State government demolished some illegal structures in order to improve vehicular and human movement in and
Welcome. And lastly, in response to the ongoing antitrust investigation, tech giant Microsoft has announced its decision to sell its popular chat and video app Teams separately from its Office product worldwide. This move follows similar actions taken in Europe last year to avoid potential penalties. Teams, initially integrated into Office 365 in 2017, has seen widespread adoption, particularly during the pandemic. The decision aims to provide customers with more purchasing flexibility and transparency. Despite these efforts, concerns remain about potential antitrust charges, particularly regarding pricing and interoperability. Microsoft's decision reflects a broader trend in the tech industry towards addressing regulation